Hi, good evening, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. So, I just want to go over real quick of my upgrades that I've done to this bike so far. So, I had mentioned that, from factory, here. So, from factory, there was this brake cable right here. That's the rear brake. So, this cable that runs all the way down and goes into your caliper. So, this cable was not ran through the little eyelet square as the same side as here. So obviously the one on this side that goes through is your selective gear changer, your 7-speed. That's the cable for the 7-speed. But from factory, they mistakenly ran this cable on the outside here, and every time the shock would compress and rebound, it was rubbing. So I put it through the frame where it belonged. So if you do this, you have to bleed your blade. Yeah, bleed your brakes. So I did it last night. I had to crack that nut, take this off of here. You got to pull your pads so you do not get mineral fluid, because there is mineral oil in here. And you got to buy the whole bleed kit. That's a whole, you can look on videos, and maybe one day if I do that, I can show you how to bleed your brakes. It's a whole process. So anyway, I did that because from factory they didn't do that. They ran the cable on the outside here. And I just did that last night. I had to buy a brake kit. It was only like 15 bucks. So there's one other thing I didn't mention. So to power this bike up, turn your battery on first. Hit your power button. So now at the same time, you hit the plus and the minus button. It's not putting gear. So we'll hit the power button, or plus and minus at the same time simultaneously. Now this will get you into your P settings. Now 01P is your backlight. This will adjust the brightness of your screen. And I left that factory, we'll leave that at 3. Now if you go to P02, this is miles per hour or kilometers. And obviously we are in the US, so leave that for miles per hour. But you can change that. P03 is the voltage of your battery. And you want to leave that at factory. It's a 52 volt bike. This screen setting has 48, 52, and also a 60 volts. But this is a 52 volt bike. P04 is the sleep dormant of your screen. That's how long your screen will stay on and automatically turn off. Factory setting is 10 minutes. Excuse me. P05, this is your speed adjustments. I believe you have 1 through 9, 0 through 9, or 1 through 3. So I like the 1 through 5. We'll leave that the same. P06, this is your wheel size. Even though this is a 24-inch rim, 24-inch bike, it was set at 26.5, and I've lowered it to 26-inch, which is pretty much spot on. It's about a mile below So at low speeds, it's correct. And at high speeds, it's a little off. It's about a mile per hour below, which is perfect. Set to the GPS. 7, I think, is magnets. Don't mess with that setting. This is your miles per hour. It goes all the way up to 62. So that is to unlock top speed. You want that set all the way up. 9 is power magnets. That's a factory setting. Leave that at 9. Don't 0, don't touch that. 10, this allows you to either turn your throttle on. So 0, 1 would just be throttle. 0, will be no throttle, no pedal assist. And 0, 2 is both throttle and pedal. So you want to leave that set to 2. 11, this is the amount of cranks before your motor engages. It goes from 1 to 24. 24 is the highest amount of cranks before the motor engages, and 0, 1 is the least amount of cranks until your motor engages. That's your sensitivity level of the pedal assist. Now this is where you can change when the controller reaches like a power limit controller. It's, how do I say? It's when you hit your throttle, your bike will reach top speed a lot faster on determining on what pedal assist you're in. So you can have a lag at 0, or you can have at 0.5 as your highest setting. So 0 would be the lowest, which would, if you had an pedal assist 1, it will take you longer to reach that speed. 5 being the strongest. You will reach your highest speed quicker. And 13, that is a factory setting, don't touch that. 14, this is where you can adjust your amperage through the controller. I believe factory was set at 30 amps. You can turn this all the way up to 50. I turned it all the way up to 50. 15, this is voltage cutoff. This is when your battery dips down and you get below 46.5 volts and it will shut the bike down. You will no longer get power. This is a setting to protect your battery. You do not want your voltage to drop any more than 46 volts, which is a pretty good setting. I like that. You won't damage your battery. 0, I believe, is a factory setting. 17, I don't know what that is. Now 18, this is where you can engage cruise control or disengage cruise control. So 1 on this screen setting will be no cruise control, and 0 will be enable. So enable and disenable. I don't want my cruise control on, so I turn that off. And 19, you can set a password. But if you mess with this setting, you got to remember your password to turn your bike on every time. And I didn't create a password because I just like to turn my bike on and go. No password setting. So I just wanted to go over the controller. So you can leave this. This will automatically reset itself, or you can turn it off and just power it back up, and it'll go back to its normal factory settings. So now when you do that, the screen will remember all your settings, all the factory settings that you reset, which is pretty cool. So now the factory settings, or what I had just mentioned, this is for the Ebicycol. It's a 5,000 watt dual motor electric mountain bike. I mentioned before, the bike is pretty awesome. So out of all the bikes I've bought over the years that I've been into this hobby, this bike I have had up to 48 miles an hour. And it has two 2000 watt 24-inch motors that peak at 2500 watts. So each motor is 110 Newton meters apiece. So this bike has 220 Newton meters of torque. It's pretty torquey, it's pretty cool. I mean, you can basically climb a mountain with this thing. There's nothing I've been not able to ride over or conquer. It's a pretty powerful electric bike. So anyway, I just wanted to go over the screen settings on this, and that it is the Ebicycol model, not Ebicycol, but I'm pretty sure that the Ebicycol, the EB7 Pro, I'm pretty sure the settings are the same. But I believe that I do know I purchased this bike because it was probably between 5 to 7 miles an hour faster than the EB7 Pro. So it's a pretty quick bike for a 52 volt. And I had mentioned about the Floto Falcon, and I've only seen that bike get up to about 38, maybe 40 miles an hour tops. And this bike here, I've had up to 48 miles an hour, GPS verified. Anyway, everyone have a great night. Just wanted to go over the settings on this. So if you ever purchase this bike, it's on Amazon. And you can buy this bike for $1,400, delivered to your door. A lot of fun. Get you out of the house. I don't care how cold it is. Fun in the snow as well. Alright, my brothers. Peace.